I think we can start now. Alright. Oop. Why does my character look like that? Alright guys, hello everyone. Welcome to the Social Zombies channel. My name is the Social Zombie, and today we're gonna be doing some music composition. Yippee! We're also probably gonna try and actually do some programming. I don't know if I'm gonna ever actually get to do that. But yeah. So I didn't get the idea to make a stream of me doing this shit until like or pretty much earlier. Um, but yeah, we're making music for a game that I'm making. It's called Rogues War, though the name is subject to change. I kind of want to go with more of a casino like aesthetic rather than like a medieval aesthetic, because I feel like that's already been done before with like games like this. Um, and I kind of want to go for like cool jazzy tune rather than just like, I don't know, like some war horns and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely like put war horns in there. Also, I should probably add in here. Let me do something. And I'm gonna pin this until the end of stream. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna be like trying to should also probably like have my speakers on so you can actually hear what I'm like composing. I'm just gonna try and make some themes. I kind of want like a shop theme. I want like a battle theme, but the battle theme is what I've been struggling with the most. And this is like a work in progress version of the menu theme. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna make the menu theme and the shop theme the same or pretty similar, just so it's like you go back and like chill out at the shop, and then you go to your next you go to your next battle, and then the battle theme, and then I'll probably try and make like um a theme for when you like win and also level up, because basically every time you win boss stage, you what's it called, every time you win a boss stage you get to level up, and you can choose from 1 to 3. You can choose from 3 different upgrades. 1 out of 3. You can choose 1 out of 3 upgrades to take with you. Yeah. So I'm gonna probably make like a boss theme, like a level up theme, a win theme, etc., etc. Most of my inspiration for this has kind of been like Toby Fox's music, just because like a lot of his music uses more like retro theming, and like the art style I'm going for the game and going with the game is pretty pixel art heavy, which is mostly just a limitation of my ability to like make art for, well, I can make good looking art. It's just like I don't want to use like I don't want to use like super high res things, because I don't think that really fits this style of game. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but In any case, I kind of want to go with the same retro vibe, with the music, so that it kind of fits what it kind of fits like the entire theme of the game. Anyway, should probably show you like this one. I don't think this is finished yet because I don't particularly like this section. Uh, oh, I was also messing around with the sound fonts. Let me put this back in Celeste. And you can just hear a little bit of what's going on. And then that's where it ends, but I was kind of thinking we could go back into the leitmotif. Because this, like, one line right here, like, these two measures are kind of what I'm trying to go for, along with this theme of the little, not the progression, just like the little, like, because I think, because I was using this earlier in another piece to make it sound a bit more like you're uneasy, or like it's a lot more like keeping you on edge. So I was trying to like put that in here so that I could like sound a lot more sound like you're still on edge, but like a little more relaxed. Like you can take a break, but there's still more going on. You know what I mean? And this is kind of going to be like the main like thing that's going to be going on in the like base of a lot of the themes, I guess. I guess like I could like make it so that in like the level up theme it doesn't have this. Instead it's just like an actual relaxing theme, or like more like a triumphant theme. I don't know. Cause I kind of, cause I read a lot of these articles where it explained like how to use leitmotifs and like ostinatos in music theory in order to make like a more compelling music. In leitmotifs is kind of like how it's kind of like something that is often used by like, well, I could list off examples. A lot of like music that use leitmotifs is like, there's like Undertale, there's Hamilton, there's also Epic the Musical. A lot of it is kind of used to invoke the idea of like a person, place, or thing. So like when you hear the specific like tune, it like shows you like, oh, this is like there like you know that something's gonna happen with this specific thing. Like for example, with like I guess like Toriel's theme, um, it's kind of like when you hear those rhythms, it's like, oh, this is Toriel. Oh, Toriel's on screen or whatever. Um, or like with Flowey's Your Best Friend, it leitmotif, it's used pretty much everywhere in like I don't know how to it's used pretty much everywhere in all of Flowey's themes. Like Flowey leitmotif. Like here, let me open. Sorry, I'm just like trying to. Ooh. I'm just trying to like open something. This is very impromptu. Don't mind me just messing around with stuff. Grr. Okay. You can also see how much I've been like trying to find certain leitmotifs. But this is Flowey's leitmotif. I don't know why it's only showing part of it. Oh wait, it's because I'm like zoomed in. I'm like zoomed in so super far. There you go. So this is Flowey's leitmotif, like very much so like. Like you hear that pretty much everywhere, like in Your Best Friend, Your Best Nightmare, even in Hopes and Dreams and Finale. And also Your Best Nightmare. But like it's pretty much similar. Hang on, let me show you some examples, because so I can get across. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. I scratched my mic. Ooh. My bad. Let me show you some examples. Your Best Friend. And then hold on. Hopes and Dreams. Well, this is like the intro to this is like the Undertale like leitmotif, or Once Upon a Time, like do 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 do. Hopes and Dreams. 118. Like you can hear how even though it's in like different tempos or maybe even different like registers, not registers, in different like octaves and stuff, it's still the same underlying like theme of Flowey, which is kind of what I want to try and do for this thing. Like I want to have one leitmotif that's gonna be used in every single one of the pieces, and like make sure there's enough variation to where it's like it's not gonna be something that like the player gets tired of hearing over and over again, but just enough though that it's like catchy and like they know that like yeah, that's kind of what my main goal is. mango is for this session, is to like find like leitmotifs that could work for this sort of thing. And like I think a lot of it does have to do with like how do I put this? Also a lot of it like these leitmotifs do also kind of have to do with like the context of where they're introduced. Like I guess Toriel's is a good example, or the Ruins. Ruins Undertale. Let's do the Ruins first. Yeah, you get the idea for that. And then apparently it's even a Battle Against a True Hero, or I guess Spirit Justice. Like again, you can kind of hear like even though it's like different, it's still kind of like the same underlying rhythm. Again, it's a lot of musical theory talk. And musical theory, is it? It's hey, that's just a theory, a musical theory anyway. But yeah. So that's kind of what I want to invoke here. Like I kind of want like this phrase to be like repeated, but also it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking things again. My biggest hurdle when it comes to I'm like holding my mic so. My biggest hurdle when it comes to like music and this sort of stuff is I just overthink myself into like certain things. Oopsies. Uh, like you know what I mean? Like I just overthink and then I'm like, shit, it doesn't sound good. But it's also kind of like, well, I could just use these again. I really could just use these cuz also Torio's like thing is kind of simple. Like rhythmically it's pretty simple. It's just like how it's used. Do 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 do. Like here. Let me like it doesn't have to be like super rhythmically complex is the thing. Like look at it cuz a lot of like what has been told to me is to make a rhythm like memorable, you got to use syncopation. But also I think keeping it simple is like what makes rhythms also like I loved when Toby Fox said it's Toby Fox in time and then Toby Fox over the place. Hi, Teeth. Hey. I'm basically just explaining why, like, what I want to, like, try to replicate from Toby Fox's style. And it's literally just leitmotifs. And right now I'm explaining why I'm, like, overthinking things. Because, like, I was told to make memorable rhythms, like, you kind of had to use syncopation a little bit. But looking at all of these, like these are pretty simple rhythmically, I would say. I mean, I guess except for ruins, but um like Flowey, Toriel, and like Once Upon a Time really only use like the low the fastest it'll go is eighth notes. I'm about to call my sister because she finally paid her phone bill. Let's go. I also love how the Sans leitmotif is nowhere in Megalovania. That's kind of funny to me. Did, uh, but like a lot. Yeah. I make music scores mainly to play on my flute. That's what I did for a long time. I used to like make music for like my violin or my piano. But oh, thank you, Windows. Um, but now I'm actually trying to make music for um a game. I'll, like, see, look at all these live motifs that are relatively simple. But I made cheap music to existing songs for me and my tuba playing buddy. LOL. Yeah. the the funny thing is like also like because for like certain songs I what's it called um for certain songs I've had to like learn how to write for other instruments like the tuba because like I don't I mean I'm pretty sure it's like the same as just like regular bass clef but like still I just think it's like interesting how, cause like with trumpet and like French horn and all those like brass instruments, like they even with like even just C major key, like with literally zero flats or sharps, they have to transpose to like B flat, which is kind of funky to me. And also like certain notes are like different in different sound different for like a trumpet than a violin, which is like uh but yeah. Um anyway, I still think it's very interesting to see how like rhythmically simple a lot of these are. I guess Showtime is kind of a little complex, but like I guess seeing all of them written out in sheet music. Oh shit! Hold on. seeing these all written out in like sheet music is very like it's very eye-opening to me because I Bergen trucking, driving in my car right after a beer. Sorry. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna play that. Driving in my car right after.
Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bomb is shaped like a deer. D-U.
Do 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 do. Like here, let me see if I can like convert Asgore theme. I still love that it's a fucking first one for just Asgore theme. I really choose one instrument to create a repeating story that will just change pitch a few times, so I just use other instruments in order to make things as chaotic as possible. I've written a some total of one singular calm track. I guess also like my main thing right now is like I'm trying to take inspiration from like tracks without going so far as to make them like super similar. Like that's a lot of the things that I'm worried about when making music in general is like trying to make it sound distinct enough from other tracks. You know what I mean? Cuz like hang on. There's like another there's like hold on. Oh wait, I should probably like shrink it down so that you can actually see the entire thing. Wait. Oh, I had to log in because it stays in my cloud. Grr. Hang on. Let me move that. But let me show you like what I mean, because I was so worried because like he's like I was in for this specific track. Hold on. I'm like trying to like ramble to fill the air, but I can't ramble to fill the air. I fear. Here. So for this specific track, this isn't for anything anyway. Oh shit! Wait, no, you can see my name. No, shh. I forgot. Anyway. Then I thought where this music is gonna play when, what's going on while it's saying. Are you just exploring an area? Are you fighting? Are you solving a puzzle? Then find pieces that you think fit the vibe or of whatever the objective of the area is. That break down what you like about said tracks and what you don't like. Then work from there. I'd say true. Yeah, cause I mean okay. Technically. Hold on. Technically. I also don't get why it's like technically I could just kind of, cuz let's see, what theme do I want to start out with first? I could do the shop theme because that's probably the easiest to do because it's a lot more calm than like a full band score, than like a full battle theme. The battle theme I was thinking, cause like Cuphead in their battle themes uses like a big band, and like I kind of want to go with that style a little bit more because again, cause like I mentioned this earlier, my game I kind of wanted to go a bit more into like the casino aesthetic, So it's a lot more jazzy, a lot more like big band and sort of stuff. Um, I guess right now I haven't been doing that because like uh, with uh, with this one piece. Say that again. Sorry. With this piece, it's a lot more like waterfall from Undertale, which is a lot more and like it's only the piano. So like there's not really any like jazzy elements. I mean, I could make it swing, but I don't want to do that cuz like hang on. Let me see how it sounds with swing. Like I don't know, what does that sound like, guys? I don't know why, but it feels a lot more relaxing with the swing. You can see me bob my head a little. You know what would be peak? Maybe some violoncello long notes in piano for the background. Yeah, I could do that. It sounds like I listen to just exploring a nice sunny area. Yeah, earlier it was sounding a lot more like cave-like, I would say. This sounds just a lot more relaxing in general, I would say. So I think I'll keep the swing. Just so it like both lines up with the identity of the game and also just because it sounds way better with the swing. Uh maybe I'll change these to just straight eighth note rhythms because they sound a little jarring. Yes, keep the swing exactly. Maybe okay, that section sounds a lot better. I feel like I need to change this section a little bit so that it. I mean, I guess I could. I guess I can make it so this stays, but also have like the violin go into the melody instead. So like it has like. So it's like. Do you see the vision, guys? Just have the violin do this leitmotif again, and have the piano do this backing thing. Thoughts? Question mark. But yeah. Rename this shit to like grandma sliding me out for sunflower seeds. What? Uh. That sounds weird. Grandma's sunflower garden for the. I don't know. uh, anyway, I was thinking we're alternating whole notes of the cello, adding in after with a harmony. Yeah, I could definitely add that to like this section to keep it more simple because I kind of want to like slowly. I kind of want it to like ramp up in intensity a little. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a good starting point. So let's add in a violin or a cello or a cello. What is a viol? What is a violone? What? Alternating notes. Viola but evil. It's not a viola anymore, it's a viola. Okay, so let me add in like the... Let me add in the leitmotif again. Let's see, just see how this... I mean, it kind of sounds good with the backing, you know what I mean? It kind of does sound good. This sounds peak cello whole notes. All right. Cello whole notes. Let's see if we can't copy like this little section and just like... Wait, what key are you in? C major? Well, it starts out on an E, but it's C major. I don't know why I started out on an E for this piece, but oh well. Oh wait, Control C. I am a personal fan of my go-to E flat key. Oh god, 3 flats. Ugh. I mean, I might add that in if it sounds good. If it sounds good, teeth. Not for this song, maybe just for another song, for like the battle theme. You know, you get what I mean. Have a different change of pace. Listen, I like to play my E flats. I believe you. I'm particular to D major myself. Not for other reasons, just because that's what I learned first in Violin Land, cause back in Violin Land, when we were first starting, it was like 5th grade, and like we only really played the D and A strings, so of course it was a D major because that's where we were starting. And it also, sorry, I'm like interrupting like me listening to the thing, but it just so happened that like with like normal because the way the violin works is kind of similar to a guitar, is like with the way the violin works is like with a guitar, but there's not really any frets. You just kind of like put your finger on the string and it plays a different note because of tension and like string tension and whatever. And the way we learned it at first, like the optimal spacing was like having your second finger closer to your third finger, and like when you played with just 2 fingers on the D string, it was F sharp, and which is just what happened, which is just like how it like panned out. And it just so happened that D major was F sharp and C sharp. So for both the D and A strings, you would play with that quote unquote optimal spacing. And you'd have F sharp and C sharp because on the A string it's A, B, C, C sharp, D. I'm a marching band guy, so I specialize in that music. I make high pass music, but I'm trying to learn violin. Violin is very pretty. I would say it's kind of like somewhat easy if you know how guitars work. It's just kind of like instead of plucking, you use a bow instead. And like it's a lot less like going up and down. I mean, unless you want to like go up and down a string, but like there are other strings for that. In any case, you really only have to worry about like your 3 fingers and maybe even potentially your 4th. I play the flute, so I'm already playing the so-called pretty instrument. Violin is pretty in its own way, I would say. Flute is very like serene, like, oh my god, wait, I have to show you a fucking example. Hold on. One note. Keep your friends close. Because there is a flute section to this song.
Great.
Yeah. And that's like a very pretty, like, airy sounding theme, I would say. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Oh wait, I should probably change the sound font so that it's not just MS Basic. I was like, why does this sound so bad? It's because it's because it wasn't in style. Yeah. What do you think, guys? Should I repeat this section or should I just add in another section entirely with the violin? Now I'm trying to think. Battle against a true hero. I love how that's the one that I go back to for this, even though Battle Against a True Hero is a lot more intense than this song. It just fits in line. I don't know. I don't know why I'm playing the entire song. Hold on. Like, I kind of want to replicate a little bit of this style. Like, I don't know. Wait, I forget. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Wait. Okay, so Battle Against a True Hero 44 135. Also, hi, I'm Gamer Dude. Hi. I'm trying to find like leitmotifs in Undertale so I could like take inspiration from this style so that I can make what's it called? I can make good music. Relaxing toy box. It's now called Grandma's Sunflower Garden. I might change that title again. I don't know. Yeah, basically I'm trying to make music for a game and I'm not struggling, I would say. I'm just like trying to find what works, you know what I mean? I guess for this you're taking Undertale inspiration, yeah. A lot of what Undertale does in its music is just use leitmotifs and just spams them a lot, but like they're used in the way where it's like, oh, when you hear them, it's not like you're getting sick of it. Like they change them up a lot depending on like the context. Like especially like this one is used a lot, as you can see. Um, but I don't think it ever gets old in any of these themes because it's like, oh my god, guys, it's the leitmotif, and like Toby Fox uses them, like he changes it up a little bit sometimes. Um, yeah, like hopes and dreams save the world, do 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 do. Like here, let me. I love how I'm like using examples instead of like actually just like making the music, but like it helps. Okay, it helps to like listen to things you're inspired by so that you can like do it in your own work. You know what I mean? God, I'm reminded of the time I tried using the slate motif in one of my own pieces when I was a child. It did not go well. Anyway, hopes and dreams. Remember that leitmotif? Okay, okay. Like, like the variations. Uh, it's still in there, but variations. I'm not much of a music person. Yeah, fair. Um, Teeth. Hi, Teeth. So I don't know the advanced stuff. I'm not much of a. Well, I am kind of a music person, but like I'm definitely not like a composer. But basically, leitmotifs are just like short musical phrases that like are recognizable. Like basically, they often evoke the idea of certain like characters or like settings, and whatever. Trying to figure out a clarinet melody right now, so I'm kind of offhandedly listening. Fair enough. Basically, they're just kind of like musical ideas that often evoke the sense of like a character or a setting or an idea, and like certain like pieces of media use them to like denote like, hey, um, like often they're pretty catchy because like they're often kind of spammed in like a lot of media in like a good way. So like that's kind of what is part of the catchiness of it, is that they're kind of repeated a lot. um but it's often done in a tasteful way. I would say Toby Fox does it in a tasteful way, even though there's like a whole bunch of it shown here for like Once Upon a Time, because it's kind of just like Once Upon a Time is just kind of the main theme of Undertale, I would say. Yeah. Look, this leitmotif can be considered as the main theme of Undertale. Yeah, it's the most common melody of the game, and it's also like done in a way where it's like it's not necessarily like you repeat this entire phrase at the same like always. It's more just like sometimes like with hopes and dreams they changed up this rhythm like a teeny bit, but it's still like the same like idea of this like progression, I would say. Basically all you need to know is like it's uh, it's something that can be repeated ad nauseum, but they won't cause nausea, if you know what I mean. Also, hi Rel. Hi. It's probably why I have a ton of Undertale music and such in my folder for video assets. I managed to like both a downloads folder and oh my god, hold on. I managed to like both a downloads folder and a video downloads folder. I'm trying to make it go ba 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 ba, and I continue, but I think my tempo is gonna be 120, maybe 130. Ooh. I managed to organize. I see. Um, I don't know, Teeth. I don't know how to help you because I'm like also kind of bad at explaining my own thought process when it comes to like this sort of thing. Um, but like still. um like I That's kind of what I had trouble with my other battle theme. Not with my other battle theme, with the battle theme that I'm trying to make, is I'm trying to like remake certain like leitmotifs, but the funny thing is, um, hang on, let me show you guys what this is. The funny thing is, this piece is in cut time in half note equals 160, so quarter note equals 320. So just listen to this. Like, this rhythm is the same as this other rhythm, but it's like it sounds way different because of the tempo. I'm not feeling too. Oh my god, I have to ban another user. Grr. Okay. I somehow forgot it was. I like making jokes how I'm gonna slam out my band director, but I understand her frustration now. Real. I got half notes at 130 and quarter notes at 120. Why? I'm not feeling too well. I think I ate too much sugar. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you drunk water in the past few minutes? Why not? I'm gonna see what happens. I should probably change my chat so that it's not just spamming your guys' messages. Maybe that'll help. No, I'm not logged into Streamlabs, so let me play with the trumpet. Oh god, trumpet is one of my biggest ops. Basically, most band instruments that aren't just in the same like key as everything else are my biggest ops. I got clarinet, piano, cello, violin, and trumpet. That's what I'm working with. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of instruments. I only have a violin, a guitar, and a piano, and I'm not using any of those because I can't connect them to my computer right now. They're like acoustic, so they don't like really. They don't have like a port where I can just like plug them in and then just start jamming. I kind of wish I could have one of those like keyboards that people have. Well, not I guess my piano also does that, but like I don't want to like I'm talking electronic instruments. Oh, I was more so thinking you just had like an actual like cello in your room, but because my keyboard downstairs has like the potential to be like one of those keyboards, but also it's like really heavy and like I don't want to lug it all the way up here. I'm just chilling, blink my op. Yeah. But like okay, I do want to use this time to stress how like different these sorts of things sound, because like this is at like really fast tempo. It linked itself psi. Yeah. Okay. So remember that rhythm. And then oh, flat.io no space. Oh yeah, I remember using that for a while. I switched to MuseScore because I like having the option to just have it be on my computer, and also flat.io has like its own like file storage system that like you need to pay to have more storage, which I just don't want to deal with. But flat.io is a pretty good app, I would say. I like using it for the time I did. I really like Rude Buster. I'm trying to remember who is the one who was Clover Undertale Yellow in Splatoon when we were playing in the Slapfest. I can't tell what is being shown here in the recording. Rude Buster from Deltarune is pretty good. Yeah. The thing is, I haven't really like played Undertale, not Undertale. I haven't played Deltarune past chapter 1. So, the only like really good ones I've heard of was World Revolving from Jebel's theme. Uh, let's see. Oh wait, no, I've heard this one. Never mind. I'm so dumb. I still need to play it myself, obviously. Yeah, you should. I'm already caught up with my Delta Room chapter. Delta Room. The new sequel to Delta Rune. Delta Room. Um, World Revolving. World with Open Arms. Like the. Oh, wait. This is kind of what I. Sorry. This is kind of what I wanted to like, um, be inspired by for my battle theme. Um, but I also use like a really fast tempo that's like way faster than what World Revolving is. So it didn't sound the best. I'm learning this now. Uh, I kind of don't like two time. Honestly, I don't like cut time because it's like the same notes. Like quarter notes still are like same, but they're way faster. So it just sounds weird. Like quarter notes sound like eighth notes. Eighth notes sounds like these notes. It's just ugh. Um, but yeah. Let me change it to this. Well, actually, let me hide these so you can see Grandma's Sunflower Garden again. Cause this could be like the main theme. This could be like the shop theme. Like some place where it's meant to be a bit more relaxed than the actual like adventure itself. Basically, hang on. I should probably like have a list somewhere. But what it is I'm gonna have like a main theme and or a shop theme. It depends on like how good I feel about like the main theme, because if it sounds like relaxed enough, I might just reuse it for the shop theme. And then I kind of want to have like a battle theme, a boss battle theme, and then a level up theme. Um, so that's what I'm gonna try and do in this stream. It is. I'm already kind of, and then I forgot what it was called, but it was a type of retro arcade music. Trying to think. Oh wait, did I miss anything? But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do all of that in this stream because, as you can tell, it's from Deltarune. I if it's in the later chapters, I can't tell you. I don't know. I could also do a Deltarune stream at some point. I have to get the game first though. But anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all of what I'm laying out in this stream though. I'll probably like do another stream tomorrow, either like with a game or just continuing to do music. We'll see, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's already halfway through. Well, not halfway, but like I could like go on for a bit longer. I got a good violin cello harmony going on. I'm gonna add a bit of violin eighth notes and some cello halves. Ooh. I really need to add like something to the violin section in the cello section. There you go. I still need to figure out what to do with these bozos in like the normal scene. He of mind this calming shit is being called Grandma slimed me out for chia seeds. Wow. Flower gardens. Yeah. I feel like sunflower gardens is a little bit more. Yeah. Anyway, let me look at what Battle for True Hero does with its thing. Unhide this. I could also look at World Revolving. I don't think World Revolving is meant to be like comic. I think World Revolving is meant to sound like you're like actually spinning around. You know? I hope I don't get copyright struck for playing Undertow music. I'm just trying to get inspiration. This is what the creative process is all about. You know what I mean? Just listening and then like taking stuff in and then putting stuff out. Wait, how much does the violin section? Oh, the violin doesn't get. Violin doesn't get anything. For a while. I also love how it just doesn't load sometimes. This is great. Like something like this to add to the piece. It's called a cyber world. Wait, I wonder. I wonder if I can like just copy it and then boop. I don't. Okay. The thing is, I still don't know if I like this last section, or if I should just have it repeat into this. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it should end in, like, right here? Or should it still have the section? then keep in mind this just repeats back on itself. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see how it sounds actually just repeated on itself. Whatever sounds best for you. That doesn't really help. Anyway, sorry. I mean, actually, could I? I wonder. I wonder if I could just do this and add this here, because in my opinion, they both sound really good. Okay. I do kind of think it sounds a little jarring. Like, I think we need another section after this. Kind of like how they did over here. Obviously not repeating this, but like something similar to where it's like, okay, like okay, the music is winding down. It's gonna go back to like the start. You know what I mean? Like something similar to just winding down a little. Wait, wrong one. I accidentally went to my other piece. And then, oh wait, shoot. Let me hide this again. And then wait. Ooh, wait. Hold on. I have an idea. Okay, we just made this one ending, and then wait, insert and end it score. one more. Okay, we could do that. Oh, that sounds so much better. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think this could be a finished product. And I'm very proud of myself for that. Let's listen in, guys. Also. Wait, shit. No. I didn't mean to do that. It sounds catchy to me? Yeah. I'm literally head bobbing to my own music. This is when you know it's a good sign. Sounds like a type of music to wind down, relax. Yeah. This is definitely like one of those resting point like type of music, you know what I mean? Not very intense, very aggressive hardcore music. It's just a come, let's chill music. But yeah. Actually, that harmonica made it sound like a little bit like Mario 64. Yeah. I don't know why it sounds like a harmonica, because it's a violin, but oh well. I mean, intended. It's very intended. It sounds very homey to me. Like when the violin does it, like it's very like nostalgia, you've heard this before kind of deal. Yeah, and then it repeats from there. Ooh. Maybe I could even make this 2/8 notes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That sounds so much better. I wonder, could I do a violin section here or not? I don't know. But I think this sounds pretty good. How it is so far. Fair. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like going into like a weird accent. Anyway, I also kind of want you guys to hear how this sounds with like another sound font. There is Celeste. I swear there was another one. Just goes to show how different sound fonts work together. Like different instruments can really make the vibe of a game. Like I don't know if you guys hear this, but this sounds very much like a ghost theme. Like you're going into a ghost house for the very first time. Like it's very jolly in here, but it's also like you know something's weird. Or it could also give off like vibes of like a winter. Sounds like off-putting basically, yeah. Like something's off, but yeah, sounds like kind of either going into a cave or a ghost house. Yeah, that's what this is kind of giving me. So this could be a variation if I ever did do a ghost house. Unluckily for us, my game doesn't really involve going into a ghost house, since it's a roguelike. Yeah, and then yeah. It just goes to show how different instruments can make a thing sound very different. Um, I think I could probably I think I could say this is done. This could definitely be like a main menu music or something, or like a shop theme. You know. So that's one thing down off my list, which is very exciting for me. Actually, sounds like you're going into a shopkeeper's house or area. I mean, true. But regardless, I'm gonna export it now. Teehee into OGG audio, and then I'm probably gonna put this in the project. I'm probably Let's see how it sounds in game first. Assets, sounds, music. Exporting audio. And it is done. Okay. Wait, no. Not Godot 4.3. I don't want to do that. God. Let me open Godot 4.4.1 real quick. And then let's see how it sounds in game. War and Pieces. Oh. Wait, I need to open it up in Audacity and then just reinsert it again. Open. Gov this PC F Proyectos Godot War and Pieces Assets Sounds Music and then Sunflower Gardens and then export audio again to projects Godot War and Pieces Assets Sounds Music save and then we're gonna go back to OGG stereo. Yes. All right. Maybe let's try this again. Okay, let's see. Wait, completely bug out. I hope it doesn't. Try this again. Okay, now we open this, go into Godot, and then show Godot again. Yep, okay. Okay, and then I think we just have the music manager load in Sunflower Gardens. Oh wait, right. I need to show you the actual game. So let me turn off low intensity mode. This probably isn't like actually appropriate for like this this part, because like this is very much so like meant to be intense, but you kind of get the idea though of what it's supposed to sound like in context. Zombie the Game Maker, exactly. I am the Game Maker, and I had the toolkit. Just okay. So it sounds good in context. So I'm very happy with that. I will probably now change course to card attack. Relax and toy back, save that, and then change to card attack. Okay. So now we're doing the battle theme, which is going to be a lot harder because it's so much faster than anything else in the game. Like, again, listen to this. Ooh, wait. Actually, that kind of did sound good. I just need to, like, switch it up a little. Yeah, as you can see, this is kind of like a minefield of stuff right now. I don't know why, like... Yeah. Yeah. As you can tell, I was struggling a lot. I should probably, like... Yeah, just so I can focus on one part, you know what I mean? Okay, I feel like that bit sounded better with just this part, you know what I mean? Just a constant stream of notes. Like, obviously this will change, but like, there were two kind of motifs that I was like trying to go for. Like this one. And then this one. So I think perhaps they could like switch off, so that kind of sounds more like a battle between two minds, I guess. If that makes sense. Because they're two very different sounding motifs, but like I'm sure I can make it so that they sound like they're clashing in some way, so that it's like And I, you know what I mean? The sad part is I tried. Oh, the sad thing is I tried adding in the original like leitmotif that I was going for, but this is just too fucking fast for it. So I think either I need a section that slows down a little, um, or I just kind of like don't include it, which is kind of a shame. I mean, it could just be like Battle Against a True Hero and just like have that one section where it's like kind of slow, but it's also like so fast. Cause Battle Against a True Hero is 150 BPM. This is 320 somehow. Well, 160 half notes, but still, it's so fast. I mean, Cuphead songs are also fast. So, which is kind of my main inspiration behind it. Anyway, let's see what does it sound like with swing. You can barely notice a difference. I guess my thing is I don't know why. I guess it's just because like this part changes so drastically from this part that it kind of sounds off-putting. Like this. Ooh, okay. Okay, that actually sounds way better. Hold on. I need to delete it. I need to like make a fresh slate because I feel like I get overwhelmed by just how much there is. Like holy shit. What is going on here? But yeah, I do kind of want to make it sound like there's two different like ideas like trying to mesh together, if that makes sense. Okay. I also don't know why my thing keeps going like the jaw unhooking. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that. Okay, okay. Okay, we're A2. A1? Okay. I wonder if I can just like change it up a little. And ooh. And then do. Hmm. Hmm. Musical decision. Musical decisions. Again, it keeps on making me look depressed. I'm not depressed right now, guys. Damn. Okay. Anyway. I feel like I could. That sounds so discordant, in like a bad way. Hmm. I don't know what's going on with my program. There you go. I don't know why the. Hmm. Should I just have it go back on itself? I I think I should just have it repeat instead of just doing the section all over again, and then have like a actual C section. The guy is the C section. Anyway, sorry, that was such a stupid joke. Um, yeah. So we could just have it repeat this section over again, and then we can have an actual C section here, so that it's not just like the same over and over again. It sounds very ragtime, which is what I wanted. Okay. Now what? Now what do I do for C? Cause uh emotional section. That's what. Emotional section, guys. Guys, let's do an emotional section. Do. Or I guess like world revolving. Let's see what world revolving does a little. Okay, I'm definitely not doing all that. I mean, I could, but also like that would break my little brain. But you kind of know what I want to go for, though, right? Like having that keep that forward motion. I wonder who could be doing, because I kind of want it so that like there is like a section doing this motion, but not the piano. I went. Wait, hold on. Repeat. Wait, I wonder. I wonder what this sounds. Sorry, I'm like jumping all over the place, but I kind of want to see what it sounds like in context. Or I guess I could also do the thing. The thing. Let's delete this and then make this first ending and then a second ending. And then I can remove this instead. Oh, that sounds so much better. Okay. What if? Hear me out here, guys. Hear me out. Okay, I feel like that doesn't really fit with this section though. So I'm gonna add like a little not at start of section. After selection. So two. Control Y. And then let me delete this. So it's just this, and then let me do this instead, and then add in this. Seems like the second line is being run too long. Like this one? Like this? Is that what you mean, Rel? Or do you mean the B section? I mean, it just goes loops back. Was it 6 times? Well, I was mostly just like just messing around with it. I don't think that's actually how it's gonna be in context. Yeah, I'll play it again for you. I'll play it again for you in a second. Hold on. Okay. This is how it's gonna be in context. Oh wait, I should probably add in a little. I should probably add in the second section. Oh, why does it do that? Why did it do that? Why is it doing that? Edit element. Why is it doing that? Grr. What the fuck? How to... use score. Oh. Is that gonna fix it? Hopefully that fixes it. There you go. Oh, wait, you know what would be even better? Wait, no. I want it to, like... here. To be like this. Okay. And then I could just have it be like this. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then I want a C section. Or I guess I could also just loop it back around into the A sections again. I could just loop back around to the A section again. I don't know. Oops. Because it could be just... That's like a B section. Yeah, that's a distinctive C section. Again, I keep making this joke. I'm just gonna leave that joke there. Oh, okay. 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 So in World Revolving, it seems there are like distinctive sections. Yeah. Um, it's like A gets repeated twice, and then B gets repeated twice. C gets repeated twice, and then D gets repeated twice, and then it all gets repeated. DC al fine. Where's the fine? Oh, DC to the finish. Okay. Oh, well, where's fine? Yeah. So I think what's interesting is that it's like A, yep. B is gets repeated. C. There's very distinctive sections here, and they all get repeated at least once. D, yes, and then E is kind of like the. So you kind of see like a. So A, B, and C is kind of like. It's kind of like the rising action, and then D is kind of like the emotional section, like the fall, and then E is like the climax into the resolution. Yeah. E. Okay, so we have a heading. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh wait, right. These two. Okay. Wait. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. 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 Accents. Accents. Articulations. Or I could have him emphasize the chord. Okay. How long? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 16. A section should be like 16. And then we're just gonna do we're just gonna do bar lines real quick so that we can like have another section marker here. And then there should be like text that I can be like, not instrument change, staff text. Emotionally. Okay. Okay. Hee. Now we it repeats and jumps. Let's do this again. Okay. Let's focus on the C section first. Again, obvious joke is obvious. And then D is the emotional section, and then we'll do E as the finale. Okay. We have a good heading here. I just need to figure out the rhythm for this. I mean, I could bring back the original leitmotif. I could try it again. Let me open relaxing toy box. Yeah, it sounds weird because it's like. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. mm. Okay. Let's go. Oh wait, I should probably hide the screen so you can actually see what's going on. I wonder what would be the best backing for this. I mean, obviously we have to do the classic, right? No destination to paste. Yeah, I know. Oh, I could do something like that, yeah. Because what they have here is like a half note, which in my case is a whole note, and then there could be like a little embellishment. Yeah. Okay, so we just need like a slower, like a slightly slower section. Oh, I opened the wrong thing again. Hmm. I mean, I could also like change the tempo. Uh. I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Okay. Sorry, my mouth is just doing the weird ghost girl thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically, I could do a second ending. And then insert measures after selection. And I need another measuring marker. And E. What is my mouth doing? What did that mouth do? Do. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to. Oh shoot. Wait. Wait a minute. Grr. Wait. Anyway, I'm thinking way too far ahead. I need to finish this B section. This is. And then we can probably put the half note back up to back up to 60. Yep. Bro's back on this rhythm duty. Okay. A lot of the rhythm section is just kind of determined already, I would say. I didn't really have anything interesting planned for them. And I feel like I could just make it. I'm stuck in a dilemma, but I don't know. Hmm. But I really don't want to just like copy off of World Revolving, but like it's just so easy. I mean, I could probably make it a little more relaxed by just making it MF for everyone. And then making it back to Fortissimo. And then just Forte. Forte for this. I still don't know why it keeps on making me look so super sad and depressed. Guys, I'm just vibing. Don't mind me. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ding. Okay. Okay. Sorry for not the much commentary, but it's also just like I fear I'm like I'm trying way too hard on this thing. Okay, I try my best. Hmm. Okay. And the score to don't mind me, don't mind me. There you go. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. And then Okay. Okay. This is like such a large ass piece. How the fuck did I do that? Late Batiste, baby. I'm God damn it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think that'll work. I had to give it a try, but I think I might need something a bit longer. Hmm. God, I need to like think of something. Well, not need, but I want to think of something that's like 4 bars long, so that it doesn't like repeat on forever. Hmm. I feel like my only issue is these like little sections. Like this, I'm fine with. E, I feel like needs a little more work. I feel like this sounds a lot more like a final boss theme rather than like an actual, just like a normal enemy encounter. You know what I mean? It's like a lot more like like I feel like it sounds a lot more like a mashup of a lot of themes. So I think in that aspect, it probably makes it better like for a final boss theme. So I guess like I could rename this like end of the line. I also feel like I need to change the sound font of the piano because it sounds a little weird. No, that sounds a little too mellow. Okay, I like it, but maybe as an additional instrument instead of just like uh the main melody. Oh, wait. That sounds a lot more like techno jazz, but like, ooh, if only. I returned for the desk computer stuff. Ooh, nice. Does this sound better to you than the piano? How does your music creation going along? I'm almost finished with like the battle theme. I can't tell if this is more of a boss style theme or just a regular theme. I feel like this is more of a boss style theme, I would say. I feel like the guitarist sounds better than the piano. So I think we're gonna keep it like this. Yeah, I feel like the on a guitar is like one of the ones that could be an option. Ooh, but also the steel guitar sounds good. Yeah, I feel like it's Boston, so there's a decent amount of instruments here. I feel like the steel guitar sounds better with like the eighth note ones instead of like this. Wait. No. I feel like the true test of an instrument's strength is when we get to that part. Oh, well. No. Immediate no. Pan flute. No. I think I already made my mind. I think the guitar, it sounds a lot better. That sounds like town.midi for a second. I don't know what this is. No. That just sounds more like a... That just sounds like a cave. I don't know what town MIDI is. No. Ooh, this sounds a lot more like spooky. Again, this instrument sounds a lot more spooky than anything else. Wait. Yeah, no. I think we found our answer though. Good. On it guitar sounds the best. Yes. Okay, so I think really I just need to switch up E. And then it sounds very cheery for a final boss theme, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, World Revolving sounds a lot more very happy. Yeah. I really just need to fix up E is my thing. But other than that, I feel like I could ship this as the final boss theme. Challenge up and he was like proud like I played him probably knows like that and he could just play it. Because I feel like this section is too simple. And, like, it sounds a lot like the ending section of World Revolving. And I don't know how much I want that. You kind of hear it, right? Or maybe I'm just like... I'm just over it. Yeah. I hate when it does that. I don't know. I feel like I feel like this is fine, I guess then, because I feel like the regular piano made it sound like way worse. So I think this is the boss music, or at least one of the versions. I could also make like more versions if I wanted to. But I think that's already good. Um, yeah. Let's listen to it again. Like, I really like the eighth note runs for the guitar here, especially. This is very catchy, I would say. Like, this part especially. I thought they would have removed them, but they're like in town that many. Yeah. I think it probably is like the coconut in TF2. It's not necessarily load bearing, but it just feels necessary. Yeah. I think that sounds fine, honestly. That sounds good. Do 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 do. Yeah. Let's ship it. Export. Have audio. And then end of. I could probably add more to it. Maybe for like a final boss. Like, okay, because like each for my game, there's like 8 bosses you gotta go through. The last one being like the quote unquote super boss. So I was thinking I can make this like the normal boss theme, but then have like the full boss theme be a lot more grand and like kind of something that sounds a bit more like, excuse me, Slay the Spire's battle theme. Slay the Spire, battle with a champ. And you know, something a lot more grand, kind of like this. So, like, probably adding a bit more instruments to this than just piano, tuba, and drum kit. But I think the normal one is good for just a boss theme. Also, it is very close to 7. I could end here because, like, I don't really know if I have the creative juices to, like, do another one. I mean, technically, I could just make another version of this, and then and then have that be the final boss. Um, but I don't really have any ideas beyond that. I mean, I guess I could do the level up theme, but like, I don't know. Let me see here. What do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to show an example. Before I leave, I need to show an example of what the level up theme could be like. Super Mario UID. Cause yeah, kind of like this, or even yeah, kind of like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but you know, but um, yeah. I think that's gonna do it for this stream, though. Let me see if anyone else is streaming today. Probably not, because it's a Wednesday. Oh, Celeste Solaria is. Then let's go and raid her. Yeah, Celeste Solar. Let me get the raid set up. But anyways, guys, we got a lot done today. I'm very proud of myself for getting all this done in such a short time. I really do think maybe having the ideas of chat like bouncing off of mine really did help with getting myself out of the rut of like trying and then failing. So I think I'll continue doing this maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. But right now, yeah, I'm all kind of creatived out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start the raid. Thank you all so much for coming here. It was a blast. And I'll see you all tomorrow then with more music composition. We're probably going to make a level up theme and a final boss theme, and also probably a little a theme for just the regular bosses, regular enemies. That's what I meant. And yeah, that's it. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.